Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show, the HHW Show podcast presented by CMG Sports Network. Visit hhwshow.com for the latest episodes and the blogs of professional wrestling. And coming up is the premiere of this guy right here, Q Nation himself, Mr. 201. That is Quintero. He is a referee in the independent stream. Please catch that interview starting tomorrow. Premieres at 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whenever you watch your favorite podcast platform, you can go ahead and check it out. But you don't want to miss it. It was quite an entertainment and very, very informational. So please don't miss it. Go ahead and check it out tomorrow at Wednesday, 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you can see with its validation there with Kurt Angle and one half of the Rock and Roll Express. And he is just beefing it up, just like a ref should be, right? But hey, more to come because, hey, we're going to be focusing on Theory as our takeaway, but we're also going to review SummerSlam and what's going on in SmackDown. All right, so it's just some few details here and there, and I have my other hosts, Hector and Frank. Welcome aboard, guys.
What's going on? Welcome aboard.
Yeah, you beefing it up like this, but I tell you what, there's one guy that's feeling strong right now, and there's no other than The Miz, who is the MVP of the celebrity softball during the MLB All-Star break. So he's feeling good right now. We'll be talking about him more later on as we review the SmackDown match cards. But WWE is pumping it up too because they're trying to change their program from PG era to get rid of that and making it TV 14. So how you guys feel about this? Or should we say it's already happening? What do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say I agree. I mean, with the PG, it's already happening. You know what I'm saying? So with TV 14, it's just going to get, the dialogue is going to get a little more explicit, I think, you know. So I should have just left it the way it was, honestly. That's my opinion.
I think it's great for business. Why not? Bring it back. You know, that's, for me, keep it freaking 17. Why not?
Keep it 17. It was never 17 in the first place, but all right.
Put it higher, raise the stakes.
Well, look, I mean, WWE always finds a way to flirt with TVMA. So that's for a mature audience, Frank. Just to let you know, they don't call it rated R anymore. So just, bring it back to the new school.
These 40-year-olds are not like the same ones, I mean, go figure. It's a different timeline.
Oh, man, I got that inside joke. But again, you got to check out tomorrow's interview with Quintero. So hey, moving right along, TV 14. It's like Pat McAfee had said on SmackDown, not yet, and that was during his opening moments in SmackDown as he addressed to the audience. But the reason why it's not yet because it leaked out that USA Network was going ahead and moving on to TV 14. But for WWE to be successful, you need all the channels to agree, like Fox and Peacock, which belong to NBC. You need that approval so that way, all the TV stations are legit supporting WWE in their programming. So right now it's too premature. We do know that USA Network is all in, but do the rest of the channels like Fox and NBC, will they be moving in there? And that's something that, these journalists, and I don't even know if I call them journalists or what they are when they start reporting stuff for wrestling, but sometimes they jump the gun and they want to be first for breaking news. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're not that type of people that be breaking news right away. I like to, okay, all right, I hear you, but I got to see more. And the fact is that once the ratings change, the TV ratings change, WWE will post that on their website because they've done that before. That's not a program that automatically you're just going to switch and not let nobody know, oh, by the way, this is TV 14 right now. We're going to know because they will mention it on their website. Please stay tuned. That, I mean, it's common sense. I don't know how people will just be like, oh, they ain't gonna say shit. But but here it is for Pat McAfee opening rounds in SmackDown, right? And he was addressing about Happy Corbin, but Happy Corbin could not be there to confront him. But he will be there next Friday. And as you can see, his excuse was he had monkeypox. Now, those of you that don't know what monkeypox is, it is a disease, an infectious disease. But if I were you, I will Google it so that way you'd be more educated on monkeypox. But WWE doesn't miss a beat when it comes to current events, huh, Hector?
No, I hear you, man. You know, and I kind of feel as a fan, you know, they kind of borderline this. You know what I'm saying? It's like they do just enough to be okay with doing it without going overboard. But sometimes I just feel like, you know, you can't be playing around with something as serious as this. You know what I'm saying? Because even though it's a form of a pox like chicken pox, you know, and they may have, you know, some kind of cure for it right now, but still, you know, you just got to be careful on how you play the cards here, you know, into your segments, you know, and good thing this is a curable thing for them to play around with, I guess, you know. But did he really have monkeypox? I mean, you know, who knows?
Frank is quiet. You okay, Frank? You trying to show me your elbows, man? What's up?
You got
You don't got no monkeypox.
You got the rash like he did.
He got some rashes somewhere else. What happened?
What?
Hey, so hhwshow.com is our website. And those of you that are watching live or watching it in a different platform, that's our QR code. You go ahead and just take a snapshot of the QR code and you go directly to our website. And if you see us and Hector, I know Hector's going on into a wrestling promotion over there in July 30th. We'll be issuing out some business cards. Frank, you'll get yours soon. But yeah, man, stay tuned to the HHW show. We're trying to launch it bigger than ever. So please stay tuned to that. And once again, thank you for supporting our podcast, because officially today, yes, we just hit our 3-year mark, man. So congratulations.
Oh yeah, congratulations too. I mean, you know, it's been a good 3 years. You know, it's fast 3 years, I would think, honestly, especially very fast.
Yes, it's a fast 2 years. I remember when we was in the studios and you guys used to call in through Facebook Messenger, and I used to plug you guys into the control board, and we used to do our show that way.
Yeah. It was like we were the special guest calling in live, you know.
Yeah, man. You guys were my wrestling analysts, man. But
Yeah.
look what COVID did to us. We went ahead and we investigated, we did our research and everything, and we found StreamYard. So StreamYard, thank you so much. And let me put that banner in on StreamYard, because legitimately, I think this is the best StreamYard, okay? The best platform than anybody else. And I try to look at everything else, what they do and everything. And to be honest with you, this is the cheapest and the better brand, and that is StreamYard. So thank you very much. It's fabulous. I can't express it how we were able to do this along with Clovercrest Media. That's the CMG Sports Network. So a great collaboration there. But moving on to SummerSlam, big stuff happening. First and foremost, the main event is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the undisputed heavyweight championship. And this is last man standing. And I think things are about to get fired up, knowing that 1 week from Saturday is SummerSlam. Roman Reigns will make his presence, of course, this Friday, along with Brock Lesnar. But they also mentioned that they're both going to be there next Monday on Raw. So what do you think? What more hype could this happen?
Shoot, there's so much that plays into this match. You know, I don't think it's very obvious what everybody think is going to happen, especially with Theory having so many enemies right now. So, you know, I personally feel like this is going to be a match that Reigns is going to walk away with those titles, no matter what kind of chaos may happen. It's going to be a chaotic night. I believe that. But I think he's still going to walk away with it, man. It's just too much on the line for him not to not walk away with those titles that Saturday night.
Could he be? He could win, but could he be so beat down and tired that along comes Theory and he loses the title to Theory?
I don't
It's
know.
your theory. Absolutely. I respect that.
Theory
But there's another person involved here. Look, you're talking about Dolph Ziggler. He still has not made a statement yet. And twice already he's super kicked Theory. One, he interfered in the match and made Theory lose for the second time. So what is Ziggler's how you say it? Angle on all this. Yeah, what is his motivation on why he's doing this?
I personally think it's because of that Money in the Bank contract. He knows that he had it before, and he wants it again. So he's going to do anything and everything he can to try to get that briefcase away from him. I just feel that that's what he's after. Why
But he's never stared at the briefcase, though.
I know. I get it.
Look, out of all days, him showing up. Out of all days, he showed up when Theory's at his best and on the rise. Now he shows up. Why?
I thought it was weird to see him wrestle here in Waco out of nowhere. I'm like, what is Ziggler doing here? It was just really out of the ordinary. But I think because of that briefcase, I think maybe he feels like he's not being noticed, and the only way we're going to notice him again is if he goes after that briefcase, because we know that he had it before. He cashed it in 2013 and became world champion. Why not try to do it again and try to play Theory like a fiddle and try to get it away from him? It's just going to be a tough task, but that's just my opinion. I mean, you can play this angle anyway. Frank, what do you think?
Dude, you know what? I'm clueless. I'm clueless as to what his angle is. I mean, I said it last week. It has to be the case. If it's not the case, who knows?
I don't know, man. Maybe it's Vince McMahon telling Ziggler, you know what? I need you to mold him to be better. You know what I mean? Because he's getting too cocky and he got one tunnel vision. All right. And he's a rookie. He's the youngest to hold. He even said it, the youngest United States champion, the youngest to ever win Money in the Bank. He's given an opportunity. Why not Vince have Ziggler making sure he's on the right path and teach him, listen, you got to look behind you at all times because you never know. Somebody else is trying to get something to take something away from you. And that's part of being in the business. Just saying. That's my theory on all this.
I could see that to a certain degree because I think, honestly, Theory does not have a winning record since Ziggler's been around. Ziggler's been a thorn in his side, and he can't beat him one-on-one. He's losing, in matches without him around. But as long as his presence is around, Theory is not winning anything, but still gloating that he will become champion. I don't know how you're going to do that if Ziggler's still breathing down your neck.
I hope we get those answers this upcoming Monday, man. I really do. Yeah. I really do. But hey, and other answers I want to know is what's going to be happening here between Happy Corbin and what's his name?
McAfee.
Pat McAfee. Good Lord. Listen, I'm going to stick to my guns here, man. I really am. And I'm just going to tell you like this. I think Pat McAfee should not gotten involved with Happy Corbin. When you talk smack, all right, and yes, I know, dude, this guy's ignorant. I got it. I understand. Corbin will do a lot of crazy shit, and the way things ended up between him and Madcap, I totally understand. But when you go on the mic and you start dissing them, and you're not even part of the solution or the problem, period, you got what was coming. And I'm telling you, just because you won at WrestleMania doesn't mean you're going to win all your matches. Corbin's going to put his ass in place, be like, yo, you're going to stick to your commentary.
I agree. I mean, I think this is a must-win situation for Corbin. and I think he's going to really teach him a lesson here. I mean, right now, to me, McAfee, is a fan favorite. He's running his mouth a lot, but right now, I don't know if his mouth's going to be able to cash this check right now with Corbin. Not at the moment. Seriously, I mean, he got lucky against Theory at WrestleMania, but I don't see anything happening against Corbin here. Corbin to me is focused. Corbin is Corbin is in his mind. Corbin is in his head right now.
But maybe Pat's focused too. Why
yeah,
not?
he'd be focused. I know he's athletic and all, and I know they were roommates with they were Indianapolis Colts and all that other good stuff. But I'm sorry, dude. You're talking about Corbin that's been doing this for a long period of time, longer than Pat McAfee. Come on, that's like Pat McAfee versus Adam Cole. Adam Cole won. So how do you expect a Happy Corbin to lose? That's all I'm saying.
He comes back, hits the weights, and gets full.
Okay, hit the weights. Does he look like he hitting weights?
No.
The only thing he's hitting is his mouth and his podcast. That's about it.
Yep.
The guy in the black hat is going to win. Bet a T-shirt.
That's my boy. That's my boy Jay. And Jay, I agree. Happy Corbin is going to take it, and he's going to continue being happy because he's going to own this victory against McAfee. He's going to punt him for a field goal. It's good.
You know who else is going to be happy is whoever comes out winning in this match. I'm kind of leaning to the Street Profits just because there's a special guest referee, and usually when there's a special guest referee, titles do change. And I got a feeling that if the Bloodline is going to go down, this is the match that has to show that the Bloodline is vulnerable should the Usos lose the Undisputed Tag Team Championship.
I'm going to say it the other way around. I don't trust Jeff Jarrett. I mean, this man has been a snake for a long time. He's been in this business a long time. He's one of those people you cannot trust. He's probably in my top 5 of people you just can't turn your back on. And if that guitar is anywhere to be found, the Street Profits are in a big trouble, honestly.
Dude, they're in Nashville, Tennessee. Why? And you're talking about this is the home of Bianca Belair, who happens to be married to Montez Ford.
It doesn't matter.
The
Street Profits are exploding right now. They're exploding. They're not on the same sheet of music right now. And I think Dawkins has just had enough of this already. He's going to blow up.
Hector, the last tournament we had, I agreed with you on everything. And now right now you have me disagreeing with you. And I got to stick with Ovi. I love going against Ovi, but damn, Hector, you're killing me. Come on, look, you got Jeff Jarrett. There's an angle here. Remember what we were talking about before the show? Jeff Jarrett had gone against the Usos' dad.
Okay, but
maybe there's some hard feelings there still from Jeff Jarrett, and he's just saying, hey, you know what? I couldn't take it out on you. I'm going to take it out on your kids. Whack, whack. They lose.
So we're trying to say that we're going to have a legendary match on the next pay-per-view in Europe or something?
Who's to say that Dawkins don't get that guitar and accidentally hit Ford in the head? Usos win the match.
Oh, man, now you're going overboard. No.
I'm telling you, the Street Profits, if you don't see the writing on the wall with these two right now, the Dynamite is about to blow up in the Street Profits' face.
So you're trying to say that Dawkins is going to be the guy that's going to turn heel?
Yes.
I'm thinking Montez Ford is going to turn heel.
God darn it, Hector, again.
No, because of Bianca Belair, I say Ford is going to stay face.
Why? Bianca Belair looks like she's getting frustrated too.
Well, she's still the champion, and she's still the crowd favorite. So Ford stays where he's at. He's the favorite, and right now Dawkins is the one talking, saying that he's getting frustrated. He's tired of all this. I think it's going to. If it doesn't blow up now, it's going to blow up. But the Usos walk away with the titles, man. They walk away still with Jeff Jarrett as special guest referee.
All right. So here's my frustration on all this is on the next match. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown title. Liv Morgan cashed in Money in the Bank over Ronda Rousey after she was already less than maybe 30% with dealings with Natalia. And here we are. And Liv Morgan, I don't know, man. Like she just became champion, so I have to pick her because she just became champion. But isn't there like something else that maybe, just maybe, Ronda Rousey might just win this match?
There's possibility. I think this is just something to say, hey, Liv Morgan, we're gonna put the belt on you, okay, and but now you're gonna have to give it up. We gave you your dream of being champion, but now it's time for you to give it back to the rightful owner. And again, I don't agree with this whole Ronda Rousey situation. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm sorry, but she's probably better off as champion because the storyline will be better with her and Natalia down the line. To me, Liv Morgan is just a thorn just sticking out of everybody's side, and she's just, to me, in the way. I give it to Ronda Rousey to get this belt back so her and Natalia can go at it longer and longer till our kids graduate college, for all I care. I don't know.
Oh, just Jerry goes, you're not a fan.
I'm not a fan of Liv Morgan. I'm not a fan of Ronda Rousey, but I think she deserves the title more than Liv Morgan does.
I like Liv Morgan. I think that she deserves the title. I don't think that she's going to keep it with Ronda Rousey. I would love to see her keep it. I don't know, man. I think she got put out there because maybe they really thought that she was injured. Becky Lynch was injured on the last pay-per-view. They said, hey, go pin her in case she's injured so she won't have to turn in the title.
Ronda Rousey, not Becky Lynch.
I said Becky, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Sorry.
All right.
Oops.
Liv Morgan,
you're going to be all right.
Sorry.
Liv Morgan cannot take Ronda Rousey healthy.
No, I know, but you know what? You know what's a safe haven there? If in fact that Natalia comes on and attacks Ronda Rousey from behind or hit her with a stick or something like that, and then she's not at 100% going to SummerSlam. But we'll save that because I got a question on that plus the Raw Women's Championship. But let's continue on before we get there. The United States Championship, Bobby Lashley versus Theory. But I personally put Dolph Ziggler in the background because I think Ziggler's going to play a role in SummerSlam.
I believe so, too. I think Bobby's still going to walk away with that title. Okay, I already see Frank's head. Bobby's walking away with that title. I do not see Theory regaining that belt. You know what I'm saying? There's no way he's going to regain
I agree with you, Hector. I do agree with you.
Ziggler or no Ziggler, Bobby is not going to give up that title. I mean, because Theory's focus is on the goal, the big goal, not this mediocre
Yeah, but
title.
can you imagine Theory winning to retain the United States and then cashing in and having all three belts? No one's ever done that before. Will Theory's ego go even higher should he do that? I'm just saying.
If it happens, it's going to be because of Dolph Ziggler helping him.
How?
He's
already kicking him.
But if he turns it back on Bobby Lashley.
I got the angle.
Oh, now you got an angle? Okay.
All right. What's your angle?
I have the spoiler, not the prediction, the spoiler.
Oh.
What's your spoiler?
Dolph Ziggler is going to try to super kick Theory. Theory's going to duck out of the way or move out of the way, and he's going to hit Lashley. And then guess what? Theory pins Lashley. 1, 2, 3, and wins the title.
All right. Duly noted.
And now you're going to get Lashley going after Ziggler?
Huh?
And then you're going to have Lashley go after Ziggler?
Yes.
I don't see that happening. But, hey, it's a good theory.
It's WWE. It's WWE. Anything can happen.
I'm not going to say here I'm not going to say it doesn't make sense. I'm just saying it's not going to happen. It makes sense.
But you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen is this next match is going to steal the show. And that is Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins. Now, listen, let's take it back to Money in the Bank. The most epic RKO. I mean, I wish Randy Orton did it, but it was Riddle from the top of the ladder, RKO'd him. But it didn't stop there, okay? Then 2 days later, Monday Night Raw, and Riddle RKO Seth Rollins again out of nowhere, all right?
Well,
I'm just like, wow.
At the house show here in Waco, they had a Waco street fight, and he RKO'd him through a table for the pin.
Wow.
Yeah.
But could he do that at SummerSlam?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
The losing streak ends for Seth Rollins. He's going to pick up the victory over Riddle one way or another. Even if it was to the curb stomp, he's going to find a way. Look,
Seth freaking Rollins is going to be Mr. SummerSlam in the future.
Right now, he's Mr. Losing Streak. I mean, this guy can't seem to win a match.
2022 is not his year.
No, it's not. But yeah, he still seems to be the face of Raw, in my opinion, because everybody keeps looking at him. But I think it's going to end here. I mean, he needs this victory. I think he's going to get this victory, much deserved, against Riddle to just fuel Riddle's fire, just to go after him again. So I got Rollins. I'm going on a limb.
You know what? You're going to fall off that limb.
Oh, damn. Man, Frank is on fire right now.
You're just going to fall, man. I mean, again, you have a young superstar going against a veteran superstar. You're going to push your younger talent.
But he's not. Seth Rollins is not that old, man. I just want to throw that out there.
I know that.
He's not a John Cena.
I'm not saying he is, but he's been around longer. He's had his title reigns.
Okay, that don't mean nothing.
Well, that don't mean nothing. Title reigns. He still got it in him. Yeah. More titles.
Look, John Cena is 16-time world champion. I think Seth Rollins deserves that title. I thought he was going to win it early in the year, and that didn't happen. But thanks to all this disqualification, everything with Roman Reigns. But I still see another opportunity for Seth Rollins against Roman Reigns. But in this match right here, I give it to you, Hector. I give it to you a little bit. But I can see your view too, Frank. I really do. So it's kind of hard to say. But SCW Steve, hey, thank you for watching our show. But he goes, Seth has lost 50 matches this year, the most of any superstar on Raw, according to Twitter anyways. Ha, ha, ha. But according to my data, he's on a losing streak. I think he only won twice in 2022. So it was not to say that, you're right. It was not to say that he snaps out of it. I mean, he does shine in SummerSlam.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, and even with all those losses, he's still a main event. He's still the face that everybody looking to, and he's still always going to be a threat. You know what I'm saying? He's not Kirk Hawkins over here, but he's going to lose 100 in a row. This man, when he gets on fire, and he already proved it with that curb stomp. I'm sure Riddle got a major headache right now. He needs something more than ibuprofen to get that headache out the way.
Seth needs the win here more than Riddle. Think this could be the first of multiple matches between the two. Yeah, this is going to be a never-ending storyline, and I love it, man. And you only could increase it, right? Add stipulation. This is going to hit out of the park. Probably one of the biggest rivalries in WWE. I really do.
I agree.
Up next is Logan Paul versus The Miz. I'm looking at this real quick, and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it a little bit. This is a good mid-card match, maybe the second or third match out of the 8 that we have so far. But I feel like The Miz has an upper hand because he has Ciampa on his side.
Yeah, I can see that in a way. But yeah, I agree with that.
Even Jared said, no question. That's right. Miz, no question.
I think The Miz come out of this one. I mean, I don't like him. Go ahead.
Logan Paul's hungry for revenge, though.
Yeah, but how many people are hungry for revenge? But listen, I'm not a big fan of YouTube stars just jumping out of the wing and doing this thing, okay? And I got it. I mean, I know his status and everything, but you're talking about, I don't know, a singles match, really? Like, is this the next Pat McAfee that all of a sudden, hey, you know what? Come and win at WrestleMania. Oh, Logan Paul, you know what? You too. Come in and win SummerSlam. Nah.
Yeah, and
no.
I don't agree with that. You got to earn your stripes in that ring, and I think The Miz is more.
Steve, come on, Steve. Really?
Yeah, I agree with Steve.
Steve,
really.
I want to hear that on your show when I tune in your next episode on why you're picking him. Matter of fact, them tuning in for his prediction show because that's coming up soon. So I want to hear what Steve has to say on why he's picking Logan Paul. I'm gonna leave it like that because next Tuesday, we do have a prediction show, but this is a little outlook here and there.
Yeah.
But Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch, that's the new look. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, that's the new style, I guess. New look. I mean, she's looking like a model herself. But Bianca Belair,
what is she wearing?
I don't know. So I want to ask you guys this before we
don't ask
kind of guess on this.
Picasso? I don't know.
There's a certain superstar that Frank says every week that's coming back. Now, if he says it again, I'm gonna believe him. If Bayley was to come out, would she come out for the Raw title or for the SmackDown title?
SmackDown. She's always been a SmackDown girl.
Now, hey, everybody could change. Okay, Homeboy said.
Yeah,
Hogan said
exactly.
The Lady Gaga of wrestling. Absolutely. You know what?
I'm over here thinking of Madonna, strike a pose. There's nothing to it. Vote.
Nah, Hogan got it right. Hogan got it right.
Good Lord. No, as far as Bayley goes, I would like to see her on Raw. I think
Bianca Belair comes out on top, and Bayley will show up and smack the hell out of her, and I think like SummerSlam is going to be a jinx for Bianca Belair.
I could see that. Bianca needs
more competition. Or will Bayley come out and interfere and Becky Lynch win? Like her music starts playing, Bianca Belair gets shocked once again, and then boom, pin 1, 2, 3. It's a curse of SummerSlam for her.
I'm trying to picture Bayley versus, Lynch, Becky Lynch here. Would that work? Where would she fit better? Giving Bianca Belair more misery or Becky Lynch more misery on Raw? So that's where I kind of unless she plays the anti-hero, she plays the tweeter here, and plays against both of them.
You're right. Because Steve says Bayley versus Becky needs to happen at some point, and I think fans will cheer for Bayley. Can't see her returning as a babyface. You know what? She could be a tweener.
Yeah,
because that's what's boiled down to right now. She could not that huggy stuff. We don't want her to go back to that, but she could come back to being her, right? She could be sarcastic or do whatever she wants to do, but people still gonna love her. I'm the biggest fan for Bayley. Frank is probably number one in the HHW show, with Sasha Banks. But I see an angle here. So we're gonna say she stays away from SmackDown. We'll have her on Raw, and whoever's the winner of this match goes against Bayley.
Yeah, I see that happening. I think Bianca needs to get a taste of that Bayley to belly slam or whatever it is.
Belly to belly.
Bayley to belly. Bayley to belly.
Once again, you're listening to the HHW Show podcast, the hard-hitting wrestling show, sponsored by the CMG Sports Podcast Network. Please visit hhwshow.com for the latest. And we're going to be talking about this right here. This is our takeaway, so stay tuned because we're going to break down Austin Theory's theme music. On SmackDown, Theory had a confrontation with Paul Heyman. And in a sense, I quote on Theory's part here, maybe I'll need a special counsel of my own when I hire you. This comes to where Paul Heyman is trying to convince Theory not to cash in the Money in the Bank and giving him all kinds of options here and there. But Theory's not hearing it. He is, like any young person will be, right, hungry to reach to the top as fast as you can. But sometimes you got to be careful, right? You got to plan your stuff out, because if you don't plan your stuff out right, things are going to start to crumble. And we all know those of us that are veterans and of age know that how we were when we were young, how desperate we want to reach to the top. And for those young ones, they're probably cheering them on, or at this point probably be like, you know what, just go with it, you know. And that's what we need to focus on here. And our takeaway is that, look, you're young, Theory's young, 24 years old, already United States champion, already in these elite matches, you know, Money in the Bank winner, and so close to becoming a world champion. Now, what are the things that Theory needs to be careful of from here on out? And I'll start with you, Frank. You know, what do you think Theory? What type of consideration should Theory think here?
Stepping on the wrong shoes, man. You know, you have to kind of watch where you're stepping, because if you step on the wrong shoe, guess what? Later on in life, it'll come back and bite you in the ass. You know, and how many times has it been, that's happened to someone where they're at a job and they piss on somebody, they end up somewhere else, and that person ends up as their boss. You know, when you step
Been
on,
there.
well, I've been there.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to be careful. You know how you treat people, how you talk to people, and stuff like that, because you never know when it comes back and bites you in the ass.
I like how you say about treating people, because Theory has no respect for anyone, and we saw that Monday Night Raw when he went head before he went head with AJ Styles, right? He's claiming that he's phenomenal and everything else, but they didn't stop to think, say, hey, you know what? You're a good wrestler, whatever, but my time is now, even though that's not his quote, that is John Cena. But Hector, what you got more to say about this?
You know, there is similarities there, and you know, you've been saying this for a long time, and I was not on board, but I'm starting to get my boarding pass ready because I'm starting to get on board here. I think he needs to start strategizing what he's doing here and making allies to try to get his way to the top here, because, like, you know, like Frank said, he's stepping over too many people at one time. You're gonna find yourself stuck at the bottom here. If you strategize correctly, but he has a young mind right now. He probably doesn't know how to do that. And, you know, if you start making some allies, hey, if you stab him in the back later on, I get it, but you get people on your side to help you get there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be stuck down there with that briefcase, and everybody's gunning for that briefcase. You know, he's even mentioned how many enemies he has at this point since winning that briefcase. Dude, you're not getting anywhere with that. You're not going to be successful. And you got to come at Paul Heyman the right way. You know what I'm saying? Paul Heyman is a very wise man. You know, so you got to choose your words wisely on how you come at him and say the right things to convince him that he is the right person for you, you know, when you win that title. Because, I mean, he's right now with the tribal chief.
Right. And we're going to break down his theme song in just a bit. But I'm loving what you both are saying, because this is the reason why I think Dolph Ziggler's in the picture, right? This is, man, you know, he is Vince, right? He sees an image, right? But then maybe he can't really communicate with Theory. So he needs a middleman to mold him and stuff like that. And the only way you're going to have Theory's attention, kick him in the face. Give him that super kick. Let him start focusing on what the hell he's doing wrong. Right?
Humble him.
Yep. There you go. There you go. I like that word. Yes. Yes. And look, and this is what Theory is all about with his theme music, right? The song starts off like this: A-Town down, screaming out loud. The future's right now, tearing the place down like my next sound. Okay. So I got it. He is tearing it down. All right. The future is right now. Sounds like John Cena. All right. He's screaming. He's loud. He's on social media. He is doing it all. Okay. But here you go. And Hector, I need your input on this one. You see the future right in front of your eyes, headed to the top, but it's not a surprise. Not in my eyes. Knew it and dreamt it as a child. A-Town down. My style, hostile. Watch the crowd get loud. I'm ready to take over. We've got work here from the start till the day is over.
Yeah, I mean, you just breaking it down right there. You see the future right in front of your eyes. He is the future. There's no doubt about that. Okay. I mean, is he headed to the top? He's headed in the right direction. Okay. Ever since, his first run with the WWE was a failure. Now he's in the right direction. He's taking it up there. And yeah, it is no surprise to any of us, but for him saying not in my eyes, I mean, he's really confident. Some people may call it arrogance, cocky, but for him, he's seeing his confidence that he can do it. Okay. He went in there and surprised everybody by winning that briefcase. I mean, he knew it. He dreamt it. We all have dreams as a kid. And if you stick to those dreams as you're growing up, nothing can stop you, but only yourself. He's not letting the crowd, the noise, the media, anybody tell him otherwise. He probably heard a lot of negativity in his life. But he's like, you know what? I'm not trying to hear it. I know where I'm at, where I want to be at, and that's where I'm going to go. Okay, he's going to do it his way. I think that's when he says my style, and hostile. Hey, it may be a little violent, right, Frank? I mean, but hey, it's whatever it takes to get there. Okay, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, is the crowd going to get loud? There's a lot of fans on his side at the moment. There's a lot of people rooting for him. And is he ready to take over? John Cena did it. Why not him? I'm not saying that he's trying to mold himself like John Cena, but you could see the similarities there. Right. And we've got work here from the start to the day is over. Yeah. He understands that the work got to be put in and day out. He's got the physical physique, but there's more to that when it comes to winning a championship title. Okay. The muscles is not going to get you there alone. You got to know how to have it up here. And he's going to work on that. And maybe he needs somebody like Paul Heyman to help him do that, to get him to the top where Roman Reigns is right now, where everybody else was before him. So.
That's a great way of breaking it down. He's talking, we don't hear him.
My bad, your fault. I'm digging what you're saying. You're absolutely right. I like it. I mean, and that's what I like about theme music, because it gives meaning of the character.
And here's another thing. I looked this up. I know we did a segment one time about the Urban Dictionary, but if you look up A Town Down in the Urban Dictionary, okay, excuse my French, but it specifically says to be an asshole-ish or to be commonly known as a cocky person. Okay, and that's what he is right now. You can't blame him because he's doing it, right?
Absolutely.
He's turning everybody against him. Is he acting cocky? Yeah, but hey,
I mean, look at that picture right there, running around the ring. Hey, it is what it is. And some people don't like people that are cockiness, but you know what? With him, it's getting through. And I know a lot of people don't like his gimmick or whatever. Oh, he got to be careful because he's using A-Town Down. He's from Georgia, so what do you expect? But the second verse of his theme music is, do whatever it takes to get to the top. Cream of the crops. Step up. You're going to get dropped. When I walk in your room, roll out the red carpet. Turn the lights on. It's about to get started. I'm a star. Putting in that work. Go hard, heading to the top, just doing my job. Frank, go ahead, break it down for us on this one.
Hey, look, here he's pretty much saying he's the best. All right, he's the best at what he does. He's going to get up there at some point or another, whether it's by stepping on somebody, just like we said earlier. All right, he walks in, he gets the job done. Bottom line, and he does it by doing his job. How's he doing his job? He's winning matches. He's pleasing the crowd. So, he's putting in the work, obviously. He's there. He's there to do it. So, what else could he do? There's not much else. He's working super hard.
All right. Cream of the crop. That's what he does. So,
and there goes that cockiness right there. When I walk in your room, roll out the red carpet. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to take over your domain. He's trying to take over your territory. And I can't blame him for that. You got to do what you got to do to get on top by any means necessary. And I ain't mad at him right now. I'm starting to become a fan slowly for surely, but I'm not on board just yet.
I just like how he started when he was with NXT. Then he was doing both NXT and WWE. I think finally they saw, you know what, this guy got potential, right? Because he's doing his job. He's following instructions. He's listening to the producers. He's following People took him under his wing. Remind you, he was with Andrade and Zelina Vega, right? Then he got dissed and ended up with Seth freaking Rollins, right? And then all of a sudden things changed. He went back to NXT. Well, I forgot the name of the group, but it was with Johnny Wrestling, right? If I'm not mistaken, Johnny Gargano,
Gargano, yeah, yeah.
right? And that little faction that there was going on, and then finally he's back, and now he's A-Town down. So it's like he's been diverse, and now he's on his own, and he got the spotlight, and he's doing one hell of a job. But with his cockiness and everything else, will it help him get to the top? All right. And the rest of it was best believe I'm doing it my way. Victory staring in my face. I'm doing like my best. Man, it's obvious. Knocked them down by one. Nobody's left. I think it repeats itself. Right. Knocked them down one by one. Nobody's left. That's the bridge of his chorus part. So, but overall, I mean, we're now understanding Theory's character, and the biggest question again, I'll repeat myself again, is with that attitude, will it take him to the top?
I believe so, but I think he needs the right guidance. He needs the right person to help him get there. He's got
so
himself
he's not doing it his way. Somebody's going to help him that way.
Yeah, I think
he's going to find a way with someone else's help.
He needs some kind of counsel to help him just a little bit more. He's got maybe about 90% of it. He needs that extra 10 from somebody, something else to get him up there.
So I want to there's something Bear Performance Nutrition. Nick Bear, he is the podcast there. Plus, he's the CEO for that fitness. And on this podcast, he talked about his latest one was about standards, and it pointed out because we all live differently, right? Different households and everything else, but we have to have a standard in our way of life. Okay, he was talking about keeping up his diet and everything else. He just became a father, so congratulations to Nick Bear. He had a new baby girl. But he would call bullshit on people saying that his eating habits and everything is going to change. But he called it bullshit because there's a standard that you got to maintain, and we learned that. We should learn that at home. However, him being in the military, just like us, we learned the standards, right? And we have to meet those standards. And sometimes there's a task given that we have to oblige by it, and we have to get it done at a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? And if you don't live up to those standards, then you're a complete failure. You failed, right? So in order to be a better person, in order to achieve something, you have to hold the standard, write it down, do something, right? Because if you don't, you're never going to make it. And it's for Austin Theory, right? He's holding that standard, okay? He's believing in himself. He's going to do it his way. And maybe that's the only thing he knows is how to do it just that way. And as you grow older, right, you're going to start learning the business at different ways, right? So we all have to start somewhere. When you have a new job, when you start something new, whether it's you pick up a bowling ball for the first time or you're about to play a sport for the first time, you're going to know it one way, all right? And as you get used to it, then you're going to know something else. And and then all of a sudden your wings are going to spread, right? So the point is on all of this and listening and reading Theory's theme music is you got to hold yourself to a higher standard. Put the standard in there and follow it, right? Don't just dream about it. Don't wish it. Don't do none of that. Yeah, we all have dreams, but can you make your dream into reality? And that's what Theory's doing right now. And I want all my viewers to know that in order to make it, in order to push yourself, you got to have that standard.
I can't agree more. I mean, when you have a standard, that means you have a greater chance of having happiness in your life. And then there will become a sense of what we really want, what we really need, right? And that's what Theory is looking at. And life becomes so much easier for us. when you have that kind of standard in your life. You know, it's structured. You got to have that in your life. If you don't, you're all over the place. You're out of whack. You know,
Out of whack indeed.
And I think, good.
Go.
No, I just think that Theory got that standard. He's trying to find that standard, and he's in the right direction.
I'm going to take it a little bit step further.
Mm-hmm.
Check out this show. We are on year 3. What was our standard? To come on every single week and give a show. We take our breaks in between, but you know what? We are religiously on a weekly basis. Here we go. And check out where we are from where we started.
Oh man, you want to check out what we start? You know what? I might as well make a video clip of our introductions because I looked at the past and I was like, man. Matter of fact, Facebook gave me a reminder 3 years ago of what our logo used to be. It was a little red championship belt with an eagle in the middle.
Yes,
that was so whack.
You gotta start somewhere.
But again, it's what we do. We took where we wanted to be, and we acted on it.
And we're still working, baby. We're still working.
I mean, we've done so much in 3 years, from having legendary people like Tito Santana to all these independent wrestlers on our show. And this is just the beginning. We're just scratching the surface here.
Oh, man, you're right. We're just scratching the surface. Oh, you know what? The thing is that when we first started, I already wanted to be up here. So maybe I was Theory. You know what I mean? But now it's like, okay, I got to slow my roll. Let's not rush it. Because if you rush it, things are just going to fall flat. Right? And it's as when we started on this podcast, we said, man, 3 years, our anniversary. I remember we was in the studio and you guys will call in and I have you on the control boards and everything else. And we're using, I think, OBS or something like that for transmitting, which is a software at Connecticut School of Broadcasting. And we were living it up. And again, because of the pandemic and everything else, you know, we had to change our ways. And thank you, Logan. Thank you very much. Mad respect. But I can't. I also want to say this is that I didn't do it myself.
Yes.
I also got to recognize Jace because Jace and I were the original host of the HHW show. So we had that idea. Joe Aguiar, who is the CEO of Clovercrest Media, I got to thank them, and then everybody else that's supporting us, all you audience, because again, without you guys, I mean, we reached over 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, and that's an accomplishment. And I don't know, I don't have the stats of what numbers you're supposed to have. We're just doing this because we love to talk about wrestling. You know, we love it. We pride enjoying it. And we've been doing this even before a podcast ever came out. You know, whether it's wrestling or sports, we're always talking about it. So why not just use this platform and share with everybody else?
Yep. I mean, so, it's a wonderful thing, man. And then, you know, I wish Jace was here, you know, but between us three, man, you know, we've given up so many insights. You know, all three of us have proven the other two wrong at many occasions.
I'm always right. I understand.
Oh, no. I mean, because I remember when I first started with this, I did the first pay-per-view we ever did a thing. Frank won. I'm like, how? What the heck? You had that weird point system.
Hey, listen,
I won the matches, but Frank won on the points. I'm like,
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember those crazy datas. Yeah.
I think that's been the only time that I've won the whole
You know what?
thing.
I'm gonna bring that back, man. I'm gonna bring that back. Every match doubles, and he always got the winning point, the top points.
I'm like, how do I got a winning record, but I lost? I'm like, I blame Ovi. Yeah, I'll blame Ovi on it. But yeah, man.
We went through an extreme, right? Remember Extreme Rules? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man, but hey, listen, guys.
Hey, maybe one day we'll all three be in person doing this podcast.
That is the goal.
We got to get there, right? Step by step.
We got to get there.
We can show the
audience step by step, indeed.
We can.
Well, talking about step by step. Hey, check out the HHW Show podcast tomorrow. It'll premiere at 7:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you could just watch it later on that day or through the week. But I have a special guest, Quintero. He's a guest He is a referee in the independent scene. You want to check him out. And also next week, we have our predictions, and we may have one half of the Waves and Curls from Northeast Wrestling on the show. So there's a lot more going on here in our podcast. So once again, thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. Take care, everyone. You're listening to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.